Coronation Street has officially confirmed what many fans have been suspecting. Jodie Ramsey is not the friend she appears to be. In a chilling twist, the show has revealed the full extent of her calculated campaign against Daniel Osborne, and it is far darker than anyone imagined. Coronation Street dropped a major bombshell tonight, officially confirming that Jodie Ramsey is the mastermind behind the anonymous online trolling that has been tormenting Daniel Osborne. For Daniel, played by Rob Mallard, the revelation is one he doesn't yet know is coming. But for viewers watching at home, tonight's episode laid bare a deeply unsettling picture of manipulation, misdirection, and cold-blooded deception. To understand just how significant this is, a brief recap. Daniel has been at the center of a growing online abuse campaign ever since the truth emerged about his former partner, Megan Walsh, and her grooming of teenager Will Driscoll. An anonymous account calling itself Truth Teller has been posting damaging allegations, claiming Daniel knew about the abuse and even resurrecting the deeply painful and entirely false accusation that he groomed Summer Spellman. For a man already reeling from betrayal, the campaign has been relentless. Enter Jodie Ramsey, the woman Daniel believed was a source of comfort and support during one of the darkest periods of his life. Tonight, that illusion was shattered for the audience, even if Daniel himself remains dangerously in the dark. The episode opened with Daniel and Jodie at the Viaduct Bistro, where Daniel was scrolling through the latest wave of hostile responses to the Truth Teller account. He showed Jodie one message in particular, a post suggesting he should be behind bars alongside Megan. Her response? Calm, measured, and utterly calculated. She told him simply to ignore it. But Jodie wasn't done. When Daniel began to waver on his theory that Megan herself was running the account, Jodie smoothly steered his suspicions in an entirely different direction, towards David Platt, who happened to be sitting at the bar nearby, phone in hand. She pointed it out casually, noting that David kept looking over. It was a masterclass in manipulation, subtle, plausible, and devastatingly effective. And it worked. The moment Jodie excused herself to the bathroom, Daniel received a fresh message from Truth Teller. The timing, which viewers will now understand was anything but coincidental, pushed Daniel over the edge. He confronted David directly, and the exchange that followed was one of tonight's most charged scenes. David, understandably furious, denied everything. He reminded Daniel with raw emotion that he has a seriously ill daughter in hospital and has neither the time nor the inclination to run a smear campaign. To prove his point, he showed Daniel his phone. Not a trolling account, but a simple, heartbreaking video of his daughter Lily. Daniel, to his credit, immediately recognized he had got it badly wrong. He backed down, apologized, and left, with Jodie, the actual architect of his humiliation, walking out right alongside him. The scene that followed was perhaps the most telling of all. Daniel confided to Jodie that he felt like an idiot, and Jodie, without a flicker of guilt, used that vulnerability to tighten her grip even further, urging him to stop trying to identify who is behind the account. "It's clearly driving you a bit mad," she told him. Coming from the person running that very account, it is a line that will have left viewers deeply unsettled. Tonight's episode raises serious questions about Jodie's motives. What does she want from Daniel? Why is she so determined to isolate him from his instincts and from those around him? And how long before Daniel, or someone else on the street, starts to see through the facade? What is clear is that Coronation Street is building towards something significant. The wrongful accusation of David Platt, a man with his own deeply traumatic history, adds another layer of tension to an already explosive situation. And with Megan Walsh's trial reportedly on the horizon, Daniel's world is about to get considerably more complicated. Coronation Street continues on ITV and ITVX. With Jodie's mask now officially off, at least for the audience, the only question remaining is, how much damage will she do before the truth catches up with her? We will continue to follow this storyline as it develops. Stay with us. Coronation Street dropped several major hints during Wednesday night's episode that Christina could secretly be Theo Silverton's real killer, especially as George's actions may have unintentionally betrayed Summer Spellman. The latest developments have left viewers questioning who Christina is truly trying to protect, George or possibly herself. During tonight's episode, Christina Boyd strongly encouraged George Shuttleworth to make a huge decision by telling police about the disturbing contents of Summer's journal. After returning home from a visit to the police station looking deeply unsettled and emotionally shaken, Christina wasted very little time before beginning to plant seeds of doubt in George's mind. Before long, George was privately approaching D.S. Connor Swain with information that could potentially place Summer in very serious danger. However, Christina's increasingly anxious behavior throughout the episode has caused many viewers to wonder whether she is genuinely trying to protect George from suspicion, or whether she is secretly trying to cover her own tracks instead. Earlier in the episode, Lisa arrived to speak with Christina and requested that she return to the station to clarify a few details surrounding the evening Theo died. Christina agreed to cooperate with the investigation, but when she later arrived back home, she appeared visibly nervous and extremely rattled by the experience. While explaining the situation to George, she admitted that she had forgotten to previously mention stopping to buy petrol before collecting Todd that night. Although Christina attempted to minimize the importance of the detail and insisted there was absolutely nothing to worry about, she quickly shifted the conversation towards Summer's journal and urged George to reconsider remaining silent about what he had discovered. With George currently remaining one of the police investigation's primary suspects, any attention moving towards Summer could help remove at least some of the growing pressure surrounding him. Later, while out on the street, George approached an off-duty D.S. Connor Swain and quietly confessed that he had information he wanted to share with her. After Lisa reassured him that their discussion would remain confidential, George admitted that he never wanted Summer to end up getting into trouble. Unfortunately, by that stage, the damage may already have been done. Several moments throughout the episode have now led fans to believe Christina herself could actually be responsible for Theo's murder. One major clue is that Christina seemingly had the perfect opportunity to commit the crime on the night Theo died. While supposedly driving to collect Todd, she was completely alone, and only now has she suddenly remembered to mention stopping for petrol during the journey. The fact that Christina originally failed to mention such an important detail has immediately raised suspicions among viewers. Since nobody can properly account for her whereabouts during that time, some fans now suspect she may have made an unexplained detour before eventually picking Todd up. Viewers have also noticed that Christina's protectiveness toward George appears unusually intense and possibly suspicious. At several points during the investigation, she has seemed even more desperate than George himself to keep police suspicion away from him. This behavior has led some fans to question whether Christina fears George could eventually end up taking responsibility for a crime that she may have committed herself.